Good morning, everyone. My name is Darshan Singh, and I am the head of IELTS training at Target 9. So, I've generally seen that most of the students they struggle in the listening part where the maps are present. And I've heard from many students, and they've told me that this is one of the most difficult things that they get in the exam. So, is it the case whether the maps are difficult or it is the lack of vocabulary that students are not able to cope up in the exam? So if you were to take my word, I can definitely say that maps are not at all difficult. The reason they may seem difficult is the lack of vocabulary, the lack of map vocabulary. This is the main factor that is there, that is responsible for failure in the listening maps. So today, one by one, I'm going to discuss a lot of vocabulary with you. So try and be with me, try to pay attention towards the video, and pause the video wherever you feel that it is getting over your head. Pause it, play it again, listen to it again, and try to absorb as much information as you can. And also, you need to practice listening maps after you watch this video. So, as I was telling you, that it is mainly the vocabulary which harms your chances when it comes to failing in your listening map. If your map vocabulary is strong, then there are more chances for you to get full score in your maps. So, without wasting any time, let's start with the class. If you can clearly see this map in front of you. Now, I have two big hints: north, west, east, and south. If this figure is not given, if it is not present in the exam, then the top side is always the north, bottom is always south, the left side is always west, and the right side is always east. Now, the second main hint that is given is this arrow. If you can see this arrow right at the bottom near to the reception. Now this states that your listening will start from here. This is the main hint. So when I'm facing the reception, so I've used this word facing. What do you mean by facing? Facing means when you're looking towards that thing. So when the audio will say, when I'm facing the reception, this means I have to stand here. I have to keep my pencil here. Now, one by one, I'll be speaking some lines. Listen to them carefully and also look at the cursor of the mouse carefully. So I'll start this way. The entrance, this is the entrance. The entrance is in front of the reception. So this is reception, and on the front side of reception, there is an entrance. Now, I'll give you another tip. The bottom side, the south side, or from where the entrance is present is always the front side. This will always be considered as the back side. I'm repeating again. If there is an entrance, that side is always considered as the front side, and the opposite side will be considered as the back side. So starting from this, the entrance is in the front of the reception desk. So from here, you will come to know that this is the entrance. The reception desk is facing the entrance. So if I say that the reception desk is facing the entrance, this means that the entrance is in front of the reception. So if I use this vocabulary, this word in front of, this means facing. So facing and in front of is one and the same thing. Now the next one. The pool is in the center or in the middle of the sports center. Now this place is the center of the map or the middle of the map. So whenever you hear this word center, middle, you straight away jump right towards the center of the map. Now, as I told you earlier, that the entrance side is always the front side and this side is always the back side. So if I have to say that gym is located behind the pool. So when the speaker is saying that gym is located behind the pool, so behind is always on the north side or opposite to the entrance. Entrance side is always the front side. Top side will be the behind, or right. So this will always be the front side. Now look at the next. The pool is between the reception and the gym. Now the pool is between. So between is when it is in the center of two things, like the pool is situated between the reception and the gym. They can also use this word, is sandwiched between gym and reception. So when we use this word sandwiched, this means that it is right in the center. Now the seating area is next to the pool, or the seating area is by the pool. So if you can see these two words clearly, next to and by. So you can use next to, by. You can also use adjacent. It is something that is located alongside, next to, by, or adjacent. Anything which is located along with, right? So similar kind of vocabulary can be used for the changing rooms. The changing rooms are located on the other side of the seating, just near to the pool. So I said other side of the seating. So this is one side and this is the other side. So I spoke that the changing rooms are located on the other side of the seating, near to the pool. So this is how I will explain about the changing room. And these outdoor courts are located on the west and east side of the sports center. You can either say this, or you can also say that the outdoor courts are located on the either sides of the sport center. So either side means on both sides, because left and right are always known as sides. Okay, so now in this map we will discuss mainly about the directions, the sides. So again, if you can clearly see, this is my entrance. So this will always remain the front side, this will always remain the back side. This is west and this is east. So now starting from here, the sports shop is on the left side as you enter the sports center. So as I was entering, my left side will always be this. When you get this map in the exam, this will always remain your left and this will always remain your right side. So it said the sports shop is on the left hand side as you enter. So this was the entrance. So as you enter, the sports shop is located on the left hand side. To the right hand side of the entrance. So one by one, when the speaker says these keywords, on the left hand side, on the right hand side, move your pencil along on the question paper. So it says that to the right hand side of the entrance there is a cafe. So near to the entrance on the left there is a sports shop, on the right hand side there is a cafe. Now look at the next word, pass through the entrance. So what do you mean by pass through the entrance? This means moving ahead of the entrance. So as we move ahead of the entrance, then it says turn right. So as I enter the sports complex, I will turn right. And it is saying, and the cafe is immediately in front of you. So the first thing that comes is immediately. The first thing that comes is the immediately. And you can also say that the changing room is behind the cafe. The changing room is behind the cafe. Or you can also say on the south east direction, in the south east direction. All right, now if this is the entrance, you can clearly see that there are two parts of the map. This is the left side and this is the right side. If you take this as a center, this will be the right side and this will be the left side. So if this speaker is speaking about changing room and then he or she wants to directly speak about leisure pool, so they will start like this on the other side of the map. So if you are on this side and if you hear this word on the other side of the map, this means you have to directly go to the other side. Your attention, your pencil, your eyes should go on the other side of the map. So this side has the leisure pool. So they'll speak like this. The leisure pool is on the other side of the sports center. On the other side of the map, there is a leisure pool near to the changing rooms or opposite to the sports shop, right? So this is how they are going to explain each and every word. As if you can see, the gym is located behind the pool. Always remember, this is always the front and this is always the behind. Gym is behind the pool, and on either side of the pool, on the left side there is a changing room and on the right side there is a seating area along with sports hall or besides the sports hall. So this is how you explain these things. Now, moving on to some more directions. Okay, now look at this one. I've simplified it pretty much. You can also take a screenshot and you can read it whenever you get time. Now if you can clearly see, north will always remain the upper side. This will always remain the south, west and east. Now there are certain maps in which there is a road and they are more confusing because the directions to them are pretty confusing, plus the lack of vocabulary of students also contribute towards less scores in the map. So what you need to do is you need to have the right sort of vocabulary, like A and B are besides each other, besides or next to or adjacent. So A and B relation is besides, next to and adjacent. And when it comes to A and C, so A and C has a relation of opposite, in front of or across. So this is the relation between A and C. If this line is a road, okay, let's suppose this line is a road, then A is in front of C, or the A is opposite to C, or A is in front of C. Okay, now look at the relation. If we want to move from B to G, if we want to move from B to G, so we'll say on the same lane, we are at B, we have to move from B to G. On the same lane, if we move ahead, now I was here and I was coming to B, so ahead will mean moving towards this side, moving towards F, moving towards G. So if I am at B, so I'll say, the speaker can say move ahead towards or move ahead further at the end of the lane. Now this is end of the lane, right? Because there are no shops further. So this is the end of the lane. At the end of the lane, you will find a coffee shop on the left hand side. So this is left and this is right. Because if I'm moving towards this side, if I'm moving from B to G, so my left would be G and right would be J. Again, G and J are opposite to each other. So when it comes to the relation between G and K, so K is located behind G. K is located behind G. As I told you earlier, the upper side is also behind, the bottom side is always front. So this is how you need to keep this vocabulary in mind. I'm just going to go up and I'll be giving you some time. You can take screenshot of the vocabulary and try to practice it.